Combat descends upon the heroes, time and time again. This time, flicker-wisps and will-o-wisps appeared from the thin air, and the sickly ghost before them aided in the fight. This spirit appeared within the heroes' shadows, lashing out at the wisps. Once victorious in the battlefield calm, the ghost revealed itself as Otari Ilvashti. Having been lost beneath the vaults below, trapped and eventually taken by disease, his spirit is bound by the unfinished quest of the Roseguard. And to stop Velcora, who revealed that he is connected to this place, and he knows that she has reformed as a ghost herself, her power growing, and the entirety of the Abomination Vaults will soon be the site in which she is bound, and will freely roam. To press forward, the heroes are told they need an icon from each of the Roseguard. Otari's Thieves' Tools, Volrajani's Cooperative Blade, Asefna Menhime's Hunter's Brooch, and Zarmavdian's Spellbook, the Thresholds of Truth. Awakening portals to speedily return to town and seek out these items. The heroes found smoke upon the horizon and evidence of potential arson at the Dawnflower Library.
So we were talking off mic a bit about the old film watching, and I threw out a little fun fact about RoboCop, which I thought was fun and factual, and it was I'll tell you now, listenership. The actor who played RoboCop, who was James
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller, thank you.
For the first two.
Could not stand up from a seated position in the suit because it was too heavy. So every shot you see of him getting out of the car is him with no pants on. But of course they just shoot him, chest up. And I thought that's really fun. So I was wondering if you guys have any like fun movie or TV trivia things that they're like hidden behind the scenes somewhere that always make you giggle or just find really cool.
So I rewatched Alien again tonight, as I want to do every couple of months because I think it's a perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
In the scene where the chest burster comes out of John Hurt's chest, they don't actually tell the cast how much blood and gore is going to be there. So they do one take where it doesn't come out of his chest, and it's actually kept in the movie. And then they reset and they do another take where it comes out. And all of their reactions are real because this thing just explodes out of his chest. There's way more blood and guts than anybody can think of. And the woman who plays Lambert, Cartwright, I can't remember her first name. Her scream is legitimate. And apparently the guy who plays Parker, he locked himself in a room for like 3 hours and wouldn't talk to his wife when he got home because he thought John Hurt died on set.
Jesus Christ.
That's so good.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's a good one. Can anyone top that? Holy shit.
Well, kind of similarly, I don't know if you've seen the movie Poltergeist, classic of the.
I think I
70s,
have at some
80s?
point. I don't know, but yeah. Swayze? Is that Swayze?
No, you're thinking of Ghost. Very different movie.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. I'm thinking of Roadhouse, not Poltergeist.
What?
No, there's a scene in Poltergeist where the character's in a big pool of water with a bunch of skeletons, spooky, scary skeletons. It was just cheaper at the time to buy real skeletons, but they didn't let them know. So there was just like these actual like medical waste skeletons.
Oh my God, like actual
in
dead
the
people
pool
bones.
with their and they didn't let them know until afterwards.
That's hilarious.
That is very cool.
That's really good. What about you, Scoot?
Mine is a little more lighthearted, and that I found out recently that in Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey, the all right, classic line. First,
classic 3 lines.
No, he just did it once and then they repeated it.
It was his first scene on screen, and they were like, all right, just vamp some dialogue that you think your character would say.
Mm-hmm.
And so he ad-libbed that on the spot, and it became one of his most famous lines. First thing he ever said on camera.
I love ad-lib facts, when someone just like made it up on the go and like just went off script and it becomes famous.
Like Rutger Hauer at the end of Blade Runner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Alan Rickman in the Kevin Costner Robin Hood film, he's got this scene where he's like, he points at one of like the scullery maids, like, you, my room, 10 o'clock, you, 10:15, and he turns away, and then he turns back and he goes, bring a friend, and then walks away, and apparently he improvised that, and the whole crew was like, and they just like burst out laughing, so it's like cut really fast.
Alan Rickman is so good in that movie. I love when an actor like Alan Rickman can be in a really bad movie like that and just chew the fucking scenery the entire time. It's fantastic.
I like that movie.
I do too, actually. I do.
Enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's just a bad movie.
It is one of my...
That's the one with Christopher Guest and Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah. It's one of my most rewatched films of my childhood ever. Like I watched over and over and over and over and over.
Me too.
I love it.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgia factor there. It's just like, but as in retrospect, you're like, only Kevin Costner would say, I'm gonna make an English film and not even try an accent.
Yeah. And yet Morgan Freeman is just doing all the heavy lifting there.
Yeah. Oh God.
Is Jimon Hansu in that too?
No, I'm not saying that confidently. I don't know. Actually, I don't think he is. But maybe he is. No, I don't think he is. But speaking of, I'll finish with one more, and then we'll move on. In The Goonies, classic, love The Goonies. There's a scene where they, spoiler alert, everyone, the scene where the kids see the big, like, old sort of abandoned pirate ship or like, galleon in the cave. They basically swim through and come out of the water, right, and see it for the first time. And they actually built this massive set for it, and they didn't show the kids purposely because they wanted a genuine reaction into them. So they basically like hid it from the vision, like blindfolded them or whatever, and then like had them come out of the water or whatever to see it for the first time. They were filming it and they all popped into the water and were like, holy, and Josh Brolin went, holy shit, and ruined the take because they weren't allowed to swear. So they were trying for the alien thing, and Josh Brolin ruined it for everybody, so they had to do it again.
What a gem.
Yeah. Being the like only teenager in the cast. Holy shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
speaking of subterranean adventures.
Yeah. Right.
Hey-o.
Let's talk about another thing we were talking about off mic there for a sec, is plot pacing. Speaking of films and stories, James was unsure about a little plot pacing here. Thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, I'm always
not my. By the way, not my plot pacing. Paizos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this sword, this MacGuffin being taken the moment we need it is one of two things in my mind.
Mhm.
It's lazy writing by Paizo, or it's really good writing, and there was a spy down there with us in the cavern who now knows all of the artifacts we need to get in order to unlock that, take down the MacGuffin portal.
Mhm.
Because none of this is plot related. This is all just to drag out time, clearly. So I don't feel bad calling it a MacGuffin, because this is clearly not plot centric, even though it is plot adjacent.
But then,
so it makes me wonder if we need to hurry to get the rest of this shit.
But then Scott or Duncan, one of the two, also pointed the finger of blame at you for for this happening.
Right.
Being that we want to be community members in good standing with Paizo, I'm going to say it's definitely good writing.
We're well within our rights to say bad.
Yeah,
bad
I'll
jokes.
back up the good writing.
Yeah.
Great writing.
I wouldn't say it has to be not like it couldn't be a coincidence. I guess we haven't done enough investigation of there might be some glaring evidence at the scene of what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So if this happened anytime other than the moment where we're coming back to town, I'd probably agree with you. But we talked to Atari. We took 2 hours to activate portals. That means somebody had between 2 and 4 hours to make it back to Atari, start a fire, and steal this blade. If it is Carmen Rajani who started the fire to steal his ancestor's sword for whatever reason, when he can just forge himself a new goddamn longsword, then that's lazy writing because of the timing. Like there's
or probably also just take it back without starting a fire.
Yeah, like it belongs to him theoretically, so we could probably just volley the court or whatever local bureaucratic process is here. Like that sword belonged to his ancestor. There, through legacy laws, it would belong to him.
He also gets raging drunk.
Yeah, and I guess we are pretty late at night at this point, but
yeah, you are.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine that this is a coincidence, because this has been written so well so far that I wonder if maybe we didn't kill one of those wisps, or maybe Belcora was listening in through those glowing blue veins on the wall or something like that, because in the Otari cave, we didn't mention it, but there were these blue veins throughout the cave, and they were the same, at least on our map, as the claw marks in the asteroid where Nimble had reached down and touched.
Yeah, I will go ahead and dispel that part of the theory. That is just simply a foundry lighting effect.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but
it's not a
ignore.
Yeah. So if I specifically describe a colored sort of veiny thing, then you'll know. But like that was literally just lighting effects, including in the chamber. There's big impressions into that stone, and there were lights in them, but they were not like specifically glowing blue in the same manner as the other cave. Like, yeah, you can separate those.
But that doesn't mean Belcora couldn't be listening. Like if she's tied to this place in the same way that Otari is, and Otari knows all this shit, she's more powerful than him. There's no reason she couldn't have been floating around, or maybe Volek was just a bunch of leeches in the bottom of the pool. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
But the timing to me is suspicious, to the point where in my mind it's either lazy writing or we should be suspicious of it. And this adventure has been so well written so far that I can't imagine that it's a lazy coincidental writing. Oh, when the players get back to town after this info, have the sword be taken.
Yeah,
like it's not 1993. Like that's not an okay way to drive the plot in my mind.
Right.
But
yeah,
maybe it'll unfold itself in some crazy way that I never even suspected, and maybe Belcora is actually Magilloy or something like that.
Well, I mean, I have something I want to reveal about it, but I won't just yet. But like, I probably will in the near future. So don't let me forget if you can manage that. Yeah. In any case, you've been at the very least told that the fire was a distraction, and Vol Rajani's cooperative blade, it's known as, has been stolen from the Dawnflower Library. Yeah. What do you do?
Inspect the crime scene if Longsaddle will let us.
Yeah, at this point, Longsaddle is sort of just like walks out without much more of a word, and Gerald kind of lingers. He's like, "Oh, good to see you, sirs. Master Tulak and Lady Guild. Oh, you got a big friend here. Hello there, stranger. I can try and answer your questions, but there ain't much more to go on." Am I doing his voice the same?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Simpsons high-pitched voice.
Slightly southern and a bit of his crackly voice. Right, got you.
Pleased to meet you. It is nice to see a man with obvious confidence in this town.
Well, yeah, I could see your learned book reading right in your eyes too. So thank you for that.
Two very observant people in this room, yes. Do you know who may have done this?
Well, given the sort of political aggravation that Rajani's been putting out there lately, and this being his ancestor's sword, he would be our first suspect, that's for sure.
Okay, and he's gonna kneel, or is it whatever he will do to move closer to where the sword was laid and inspect the area.
Oh yeah, no. So it was in like a glass case, like on the wall, and like bound in. It was like on display. It's like one of like several artifacts like that are more historical than valuable. So he'll take you to the spot and just show you like it's pretty clear that someone just walked up, like grabbed a big tome, smashed it, and then ripped it out from its holdings.
What are the chances there's a brooch and a book and a glass case next to it?
There are not.
Come on, man.
So
that would have been lazy
we
storytelling.
have 2 courses of action here. Well, 3 courses really, and maybe this would be a good time to split up. But we should speak with Yin Yasmara, as we know she's the leader of the local thieves guilds, or thieves-ish, so she might have some info. Theoretically, shit doesn't pass in this town without her knowing so. We should hit up the Menhimez Manor to check on the book, or the brooch, and see if it's actually there, because I assumed it would be in the Dawnflower Library, and that's incorrect. And we need to track down Rajani.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing a lot of LA Noire lately.
Good game. I could never guess that they were lying, though.
I'm having a real hard time.
It's tough. It's real tough. All right. Well, what's your first step?
I and Gilda are worried that this is going to be time sensitive. This is too much of a coincidence for her to believe it's actually a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she would suggest that we split up.
Ooh, shit. Split the party right off the bat.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know what else to do, man. And I don't even know who to send where. Like, Tulak is our obvious for Crooks Nook, because he's the only one who hasn't really pissed off Yin Yasmara other than Gilda. But Gilda needs to go find Rajani.
Didn't you both give her some guff about her being too nonchalant about Shad's death?
Big time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pretty sure you both really had words. And she had none of it. Yeah.
So we send the new guy, and then we send
he doesn't know her at all,
manor.
and has all the social graces necessary to infiltrate the thieves guilds. Yeah.
At least the players used to it.
Yeah. I'm also not talking about infiltration.
Yeah. If you put this idea forward to Tulak, I think we can do this in character, would probably decline. I think he thinks we should all stay together.
Okay. How do you play that out?
Gilda, I don't think we should separate. We should stay together and try to work together to achieve each of these goals and to find each of these items. For instance, if I went to Crooks Nook by myself, the last time I was there, I had words with Yin Yasmara. But that being said, I don't think we can send Kraka, because he has no rapport with her. We need to go together to each of these places. We can move as a unit, and that way we're stronger together. Though I do understand that you have a rapport with Rajani and may want to go there by yourself.
I'm just worried we're losing time at this point, and she's still sweating profusely from her sickened condition. And I know that Krugga doesn't have a rapport with Yin Yasmara or Crooksnook, but I think if we send him with a purse of gold pieces, that may help ease his way in. And we're not looking for anything other than information, which I would imagine would be for sale, and the price might go up if we show up with him. After our words about Shad.
I see.
But I may not be thinking clearly. I can feel this fever spreading.
Yes, do you need... Maybe after we push through and find these items, we can have a rest, or whatever you need to be better, but you are right.
Let's bear in mind, too,
we're on a clock.
You're pretty much upon midnight at this point. It gets late.
Yeah.
Yeah, metagaming-wise, we know that it won't help for him to rest right now anyways, because it's a 24 hours thing, isn't it?
Pretty much. But you can always, when you hit that 24-hour point, you could rest now, but someone could if they have the ability to treat disease, you could get a bonus out of it. So if you time it correctly, it's a 24 hours. He's got a disease. He has to make another save. It doesn't just go away. So your timing is important.
Yeah. She can also treat disease on herself. Her medicine's pretty high.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So do we think this is time sensitive? Like, is this something we want to act on right away? Like, Gilda's going to be itching to go to Menhima's Manor because if that's where the brooch is, she doesn't know where to find the spell book, but I guess Morlabint would be a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, she's pushing to go forward, probably to Menhima's Manor, and all of these places are on the way, but it is very late to stop by Rajani's house. And if we're going to let anything slide, it should be tracking down Rajani, because Lardis and Gerald are going to be all over that shit.
Yeah. Okay, well, if we're going to let that slide for now, why don't we just hit the other two in a row? Like, if you want to split up, fine. You can go up there. I think that Tulok would go to Morlabint because he's kind of had the most interaction with him.
Yeah, if we're going to split up, Kreka would go with Gilda because she's looking sickly and wouldn't want to leave her by herself.
I mean, Crooksnook is literally on the way everywhere from where we're at, so it makes sense to... And it would still be open, it's after midnight, it's a pub, and hopefully with enough coin, they can open up Yin Yasmara's lips, even though we did seriously piss her off last time.
Yeah, so, I don't know how F should be better with a stranger or with somebody that she's pissed off with.
Well, let's go find out.
Yeah, probably someone she's pissed off with. As far as thieves go, I think it's just like a stranger is the worst possible scenario. Now that I think about it.
Okay, so Gilda and Krukka will go to Crooksnook, and Tulok's welcome to join if he wants to, or if he wants to just make tracks all the way up to Morlabint.
I love these stretches where I just sit back and let you go. So good. Okay, so you're going to Crooksnook.
He'll come with you there, and then he'll break off to go to Morlabint by himself.
Okay. On your way at the door from the Dawnflower Library, Vandy, I think, quickly grabs the arm of Tulok and says, I'm sure you're going to do your best to do your part in this. But I just thought I'd let you know of one thing.
Not now, Vandy. I'll bind the books when I return.
No.
Pushes her off and runs out the door.
No, believe you me, I do not need your help with that. I was merely being polite before. The body of your friend Physic is well safe and secure, but not 2 nights ago or so, Shad's body went missing. It was taken away from the library, and no one seems to know how or why.
Did you report this to Longsaddle?
I did, but he does not seem to think it's of much consequence. He, like myself, believes Yin Yasmara and her Osprey Club are in fact involved, and it is one of their members after all, and simply a body, though I'm loath to have it desecrated or mistreated. It is sort of beyond my reach now, and Longsaddle does not think it to be important. So
yes, we all know about the long-standing silent agreement between Yin Yasmara and Long saddle. I could see why he might not want to get involved. I do appreciate you telling me, though.
Yes, I thought I'd let you know, given your history with the man.
Yes.
I know they can be a bit unsavory, but they're not all bad. Even Yin Yasmira has her moments. But, yeah. Anyway.
It is quite true, Vandy. In the short time that we were together, we definitely grew closer than I thought we would. A man of his regard.
Talents.
Yes. Talents indeed.
Yes, well, thank you, Master Tulak. If you do have the time, though I'm sure you're busy, we would, in fact, have you help us bind some books when needed, but do not trouble yourself with it. I've got many acolytes well in hand to cover the chores.
No problem. If we level up, I may take an extra level in that. Anywho,
and just so you know, like you guys have never taken advantage of this, but you can earn an income like if you do downtime stuff in town. I'm sure I've touched on it before, but I would throw out there that,
I mean, over weeks and months, we haven't really had any time, right?
No, you can spend a day and earn gold, just doing, all over town. There's all kinds of shit you can do. Like you can go help at Carmen Rajani's smithy if you had a crafting skill. You could do this, you could do that. It's not that it's like hugely worth it per se, but there's, you roll a check to see if you make any money, but you have to spend the whole day doing it. You got to spend like a good day's worth of work.
All right, you twist my arm. Tulok's out of the adventure and working in the library.
What I am saying is that if you ever decide you want to do that, you guys have been on the go the whole time for good reason. You're worried about time sensitive stuff, but if you wanted to return to the Dawnflower Library and use your bookbinding lore to earn income, I would allow it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so Tulok turns to Vandy and says, "Thank you. I appreciate the information, and if anything else comes up about this or the robbery, please let me know. As well as I do appreciate you looking after the body of Physic. We will be back to intern him properly into the ground, but in the meantime, we have some time-sensitive things going on right now, so just please keep him under gentle repose until we're back."
Of course.
And he moves out of the library.
No trouble at all.
Did Shad have ghoul fever when he died?
We definitely covered
because
that.
Gentle repose takes it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we covered it to whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tulok will fill in Krucka and Gilda on the way.
Okay. So you head to the Crook's Nook, and Tulok, you're not going in?
No, the three of us are going in there, and then they were breaking apart after.
Okay. So you head into the Crook's Nook. It is the usual crowd. Of course, it's nighttime now, and it's a little bit bustling. Lots of smell of chowder and lobster and crab and all sorts of delicious seafood and fish pastries and whatever else you cook with ocean fare. And scallops. The scallops abound all over the place. Digby scallops, particularly. That one's for Duncan. And it's there's some gambling happening. There's some arm wrestling in one corner. It's pretty raucous, but not too crazy. It's exactly what you expect.
There's no like record scratch as we walk in.
Nah, they all know who you are, and they kind of don't care.
Yeah.
Has Lady Gilda been in here before?
Yeah. A couple of times. She's
met with Yin Yasmira?
Yeah, she was here when Shad died, and they did a little scene when we picked up Shad where she bought everybody around to chowder because Gilda thinks it's the best chowder in town.
Mm-hmm.
Known facts.
It is for sure.
I mean, like, fuck Tamley, right? Otari Fishery? Pff, get out of here.
She does great coffee, though.
All right.
Yeah, that's what you wanted, a fishery.
So I guess they all just move on in there.
All right.
And head towards Yin Yasmira's office.
And of course you are, you just waltz in, like, moving past the crowd and the tables and stuff like that. The bartender kind of looks up at you, and you just move past the bartender, and there's a big bulking, bodyguard that immediately gets in your way. You cool?
Yeah, I mean,
what could I do for you?
Tulok's gonna give like a knowing nod to the bartender. He's not just like storming in there.
Right.
He's cool, man. He's cool.
Right. And the bartender's like, all right. But that doesn't stop the big guy. What do you want?
We have words for Yinyazmra. Please, allow us to pass.
Words for her? You have words for her? Well, you're cheeky, aren't you? Nobody has words for Yinyazmra. You might have words with her, but Yinyazmra decides her own meetings.
Oh, so you're saying that if we have something to give her, we shouldn't do that? That's you now? You're making decisions for Yinyazmra?
Oh, I didn't hear no offer of gifts or anything. You got something to give her, do you?
Yes, her. Not you. Now please let us pass.
And what should I tell her you're bringing?
Honestly, it's none of your business. You tell her who we are and that we're here to talk with her.
Yeah, well, I'm told to be a liaison, aren't I? I'm to report what business is supposed to be presented to her when it walks in the door. So?
I don't even think you know what liaison means. Now move out of our way and allow us to speak with Yinyazmra now.
Gilda at that point pushes in front of Tulok.
And?
There is a crime that has been committed in the city, and we seek knowledge of it. Whether or not Yinyazmra is aware of it, and we humbly, and she shoots daggers at Tulok, humbly request an audience with the guild.
Diplomacy, please.
21.
Oh. All right. So as Tulok gets really aggressive, this sort of bouncer looks really like shocked, like taken aback a little bit, not cowed, but like taken aback. And then Lady Gilda just like swoops in with some diplomacy. He kind of like gives you that head back, eyebrows down, kind of looking at you over the tip of his nose, like trying to figure out the situation because he's a little bit confused now. And he's just, all right, he's one sick. And he opens the door behind him, peeks his head in, and you hear him. And just like, what do you mean, the crime? There's always crime. What do you mean there's a crime? What are you talking about, you stupid idiot? He closes the door. Oh, right. So, she'll see you in 2 minutes, please. If you don't mind, just waiting to the side.
And Tulok steps to the side. He's kind of turning into a little bit of an asshole.
Do you think?
He is. He's starting to lose his patience. He's lost a lot of friends.
Yeah. Getting a little hard.
Yeah, it's justified, but this is not the place to roll in and start demanding shit.
Yeah. And so, like, this bouncer just stands in front of the door, like, clasping his own wrist, like, in the typical stance, and just, like, staying there, like, big chest out. And eventually the door opens to a hand coming out and just giving a big slap to the side of the head. Like, but the hand comes, like, way below. He just, boom, hits him, and he's like, oh! And he just falls to the side. And Yinyazmra is just standing there. She's like, oh, what can I do for you? Master Tulok and Lady Gilda, and your big work friend. Well, look at that. Is there something I can help you with?
What the fuck is that voice?
It's late. She's been drinking.
It's a little bit different every time. It's no big deal.
It's all part of the illusion that is Yinyazmra.
Exactly. There's nothing to do with Freeman's ability to do a voice like this.
Keeps you on your toes, eh?
Gilda is like sitting at the bar, just like pallid and sweating profusely still.
You're not looking so good, Lady Gilda. Perhaps you should have a little bit of seafood chowder.
I actually ordered one while we were waiting to take with me for the road. That's very kind of you and big of you after our last interaction.
Well,
Right.
you know, everything counts like money, right? A little bit of chowder means a little bit more in my coffers.
Speaking of, and she produces a small gold purse, or a small purse with 10 gold coins in it. There was a little bit of a misdirection at the library tonight. The cooperative blade of the Rajanis was taken. We're not accusing you. We just want to know if you know anything about it. And she just slides it across the bar. Like, I imagine it only goes like 2 or 3 inches and just stops. Like, she just doesn't have the energy right now.
She's like, well, there's lots of crime that could happen in the bustling stopover town. Could you be more specific?
More specific than the item, the location, and the how?
Roll me a diplomacy.
I mean, she has to generally confused. Like, she specified the location, how it was taken. That is an 11. Like, she's just put off by how
I was confused as well.
I imagine she's just put off by how pallid and sickly Gilda looks at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just like, oh, you don't seem like you know what you're talking about at all. It seems very, very vague to me. I don't know what you mean. Master Tulak. Well, I don't like you so much. This here orc man. What are you doing here? Is there a reason I should be dealing with you at all? And she kind of turns really quickly sour.
Well, I come with my compatriots for information as humbly as possible. We don't want trouble. And that gold is on offer if it means anything to you. We just want information regarding the sword, if you have it. It will be out of your power, out of your hair, and you can get back to whatever business it is you do here.
We'd hate to think that somebody was stomping on your turf without your knowledge. We know you run this town.
And you can see one of her eyes like twitch at that. Kruka, roll me a diplomacy with a +2.
I need that +2. A 2 on the die for a 4 with another 2 makes 6. So he is doing this with his typical magnanimous behavior.
Her gaze just passes over to Tulak.
Tulak turns to her and says, I know that we've had our differences in the past, and I have approached you with hateful words, accusations. We do things differently, you and I, but you do know that I am trying to help Otari. And I know that in your way, you are trying to help Otari too. An item has been stolen, as Lady Gilda said, that we require to move further in the gauntlet. And I know that if a job has been carried out in your city, you would know something about it. And if you don't know, maybe you could point us in the right direction. So, as Gilda said, we are humbly asking for any information you have, or any direction you can point us in. And he bows his head slightly.
Diplomacy.
If this doesn't work now, you can intimidate.
Diplomacy.
Go.
Ugh,
Activate.
18. You know, hero point.
Hero pointing it.
Nice.
Okay.
Diplomacy. 22.
Her eyes just narrow on you, Tulak, because you are being so reasonable. Get out of my butt. And she takes a fist, raises it, and slams it on the wall next to her 3 times. Bam, bam, bam. and that's where your record scratch is, because the whole bar stops and turns and looks at all of you, and it's dead silent. Now,
Gilda struggles to stand, leaves the 10 gold pieces on the bar top, but looks forlornly over at the kitchen as she knows she's not getting her chowder. And she leaves. There's no reason to make an enemy of this woman in her mind. More of an enemy.
Yeah, Kreka will follow her out, looking over his shoulder the whole time.
Tulok?
There was something that I wanted to do that I thought I was going to have time to do, but
Just throw up that old mind control spell. Drop a command on this woman.
I wish. I don't have it. I was just going to use a Flask of Fellowship. It's an item that I've had for a while that I haven't used.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Too little, too late.
Yeah, and it only would have made it 23. So anyways, Tulok turns and starts to walk away, takes a few steps, turns back over his shoulder, and says, "I hope you know what you've done," and then walks away.
Roll me a perception check.
22.
Just as you turn away the second time, you catch Yin Yasmira wink. And then the door is
you
closed behind
salty
her.
old
And
dog.
on your way out, you hear a couple, like, under their breath, like, "Oh, we don't pretend to know her business. That was a mistake." And then you hear another voice like, shouldn't have questioned her territory. What were you thinking?" And like you hear like mutterings and like little bits of advice, and you get out the front door, and as soon as you do, the bouncer outside, you have Kreka and Lady Gilda waiting for you, and the bouncer's like next to the front door, just like arms folded, leaning back like nothing's a big deal. And as soon as you step out, his hand just gets right in front of you, and he's just holding a piece of paper.
Is there anything written on it?
Amazing.
It's folded.
No,
He
it's just
doesn't
a
say
blank
word.
piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little folded piece of paper. Yeah,
Origami crane or something?
Write down your request and submit it in triplicate.
Okay, so they walk away, and Tulok would like to take a look at it as they move away from the Crooksnook.
You have this little piece of paper, and you snatch it out of the bouncer's hand, who just puts his hand back and doesn't say a word, doesn't flinch. And you walk away, you open it up, and it is a crudely drawn but accurate map of a cave not far out of town that would very obviously be used as a refuge for smugglers.
A smuggler's cove, if you will.
Also, that's the most chill way I've ever been kicked out of a bar.
I was really hoping the bouncer just passed a note that was like, "Do you like me? Yes or no?"
Yes or no?
Tulok uses message and just says, "Maybe."
I can see it. This Tulok and Yasmira love-hate relationship.
All right. Well, you now have a mysterious location given to you by Yin Yasmira. I don't mind telling you, you actually succeeded there. It just didn't seem like it to start. Yeah.
Coy.
Yin Yasmira is a wily one.
I can tell her voice changes so much.
What are you talking about?
You never know who you're gonna get.
if there was ever a
shit.
pastiche of Eastern European,
Yeah.
it's Yin Yasmira.
You're just covering the Balkans with that one.
It's like Worldle, but you're just guessing what shitty voice Freeman's putting on.
Yeah. Oh god. All right, where next?
So
Where next?
okay, Freeman, how far away is this cave?
It is. That's a good question. It's a trek outside of town. It's not super far, but it's a good distance. It's going to take you a couple hours to get there.
Okay, so further than the gauntlet.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's over to the around the west coast of to the west of Otari, along the south coast of the Isle of Kortos.
Okay. So at that point, Tulok will obviously relay the information about the cave, and then lets them know, if we are to split up, let's do it now. I'll go speak with Morlabint and Kevin and see what I can discern from them.
And we'll head to Menhima's manor and see if we can pin down that brooch.
That's what a brooch does, is pin, yes.
Again, bearing in mind, it's quite late at night.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's the town of Otari, baby. We gotta do this.
Sure, but like, you'd know that Odd Stories would be closed for sure. And Menhima's, you're literally going to knock on his house door. So
yeah, she knows, but she thinks
fine,
it's important enough
just
to bother the mayor.
Yeah.
She also
Okay.
doesn't live here.
Yeah.
This won't be her problem forever.
A good mayor is on call 24/7.
If only that were true.
Okay, so yeah, let's split up.
So you're going to Odd Stories anyway? Cool.
Copy that.
You go over and you all truck to there, and Krucka and Kilda break off. And Tulok, you give an old knock on the door. Because it is definitely closed. And it takes probably a few tries before you see a light come on, a little lantern somewhere in the building. And
Tulok holds up the lantern of empty light.
and does what?
No.
Oh my God.
It's not the first time that he's been there after hours, so I think that it
Yeah,
wouldn't be the craziest thing for him.
Down comes Morlabint, kind of eyes a little bit bleary, and comes to the door, and the lantern raised, and sees it's you, and takes the time and unlocks the door. And, Master Tulok, quite a late hour. Is there something wrong? Something afoot?
Tulok says, I know that you know that if I'm coming this late at night, there is something happening, and I am looking for advice, and I have come seeking information.
Yes, of course, Tulok, you're always welcome to seek our the knowledge within Odd Stories. On occasion, I wish it was a bit earlier, but no, of course, you're welcome. Come on in. What is it you're seeking tonight?
Tulok steps in and closes the door behind him rather abruptly, and he says, "This is a matter of some urgency."
And that stops Morlabint real quick. Like he's like, kind of like shocks him, and he turns and kind of adjusts his glasses, and it's like, Tulok.
I'm looking for a book called The Threshold of Knowledge.
And his expression flinches right away. The old artifact from Zav Mavdium himself. Why?
I need this item to move deeper into the gauntlet. In fact, I need an item from each of the Roseguard. And he brandishes Otari's thieves' tools. These tools belong to Otari himself, and I am looking for the rest.
Well, slow down, Tulok. You are claiming to have the thieves' tools of Otari Vashti.
That is correct. And while I'm making claims, not only have I his tools and his dagger, but I have also met him and spoken with his ghost. Incorporeal as it may be. Not only will we be able to use these items to move deeper into the gauntlet, but it'll also free his restless spirit and send him to the boneyard.
He's like agape. This is an incredible claim. You've met with Otari. That is extraordinary. Though I suppose it does follow
the fact that you found levels below the Gauntlet. I'm sorry, Tulak, this has taken me by quite surprise. Much more than just my being awoken in the night.
Sorry, I know you've heard of this book. Do you know where I can find this book?
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. I have it. I have it here. It is one of my most prized possessions. It is, of course, a wizarding book, rife with spells and arcane, but annotated beyond belief with all sorts of bits of knowledge. It's nearly indiscernible unless you take some time, but it's a magnificent piece. It's one of my favorites.
Then you know of what weight I ask you. May I have this book? I cannot promise the condition it'll be in when I give it back to you. But know now that this item is needed to save Otari, and without it, we can move no further in its aid.
Yes, well, I will show you the book. Please, give me every detail.
And he guides you to, one of the back rooms where, unlike the Dawnflower Library, this does have a protected, valuable book room. And you tell your tale, I assume. And we will move over to Lady Gilda and Kruka heading to the Manhima's Manor. You approach down what is known as the High Side Road, east of Otari along the cliff, very near the Giant's Wheel, which usually makes enough noise to nearly cause a din of sound throughout the whole day in Otari, but sits eerily quiet now. And you reach the gate of a very quiet but beautiful ground that belongs to the mayor.
Is the gate locked?
It is not.
Okay, Kruka would just like to walk up to the front door and knock.
Knocking on the door, just like Tulak, there's a bit of a wait, maybe a couple of tries before the door is opened by a servant asking what your business is.
Can I help you? It's quite late in the night.
Yes, this can't wait. We need to see the mayor. There's urgent business with the town's safety. We bring news from the Gauntlet.
And our apologies if we woke Amnala or any of the children.
He sort of cocks an eyebrow to Kruka, but then when Gilda speaks, kind of looks over his shoulder and realizes, oh shit, that's literally one of the heroes of Otari, and says to Gilda, it is a matter of security. You're sure to wake the mayor in the night? It would very much would have to be.
We what? We can't be certain, but what we do know is that if we are correct, it's very time sensitive. And trust me, I need a bed and a brandy more than I need to be up here, but the state of things the way they are, this could be. Yes, this is time sensitive.
Right. All right. Please come into the foyer and have a seat and give me at least a few moments. No, I do not wish to wake the rest of the Manhima's family. I will get Osif.
Gilda sits down and immediately falls asleep.
You sit in some.
Says, "Thank you. We will be quiet."
Thank you. We will be quiet.
I love the idea of Kruka's voice being like wicked booming, like without meaning to. So yeah, after only a few minutes really, and you're sitting in some pretty comfy, love seats, or it's probably a divan that Lady Gilda zeroes in on and just like collapses on.
She's got like one leg up, like, cuddling her shield, like just sweating profusely.
And eventually, Osif comes down in his robes again, a little bit bleary-eyed, like Morlabent, and with a look of getting I was about to say a rousing confusion, as in he's like, getting out of sleep,
right? As opposed to like an erection,
a sexy clown or something.
Oh, you broke Freeman.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez. He's not coming back from this one.
Just the most confusing boner he's ever had in his life.
Oh, God. I need to get myself out of this. Oh, God. Yeah, so he's certainly a little bit confused and like mind's a little bit boggled by the situation as he's waking up, and he comes in, but he sees Lady Gilda a little worse for wear, and sees Krucka, and he's like, a little bit stunned to see Krucka. He's got probably some awareness of Krucka, but like did not expect him to be in his foyer, Jesus. He sort of shoos away the servant, reasonably politely, and stands there for a moment, looking at the both of you. What can I do for you, Lady Gilda? The time of day is most unorthodox. What's happening here?
Must have dozed off there for a minute. Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Are you okay?
I've had better days, and I've had worse days. She rubs her leg a little and stands. We're sorry to intrude this late hour. We're unsure if you've been made aware or not, but the Rajani sword has been stolen from the Dawnflower. The cooperative blade.
Yes, I heard earlier this evening about the theft. I figured the matters would be handled tomorrow.
Mere hours before that, Mr. Mayor, we spoke with the restless spirit of Otari, and he informed us that we need 4 artifacts to help put things at the gauntlet to rest.
He's kind of like half looking at the floor as you're telling this, and just turns his head towards you and then slants to the side. He's like, I'm sorry, what? You spoke to what?
It's not really that hard to believe if you think about what we saw here a few days ago. His spirit's trapped down there, and we're barred from going any further without personal artifacts that the Roseguard loved, those who have hurt Belcora. Rajani's sword was one of said artifacts. Otari's thieves' tools are another. And unfortunately, we require, for as little time as possible, we hope, the brooch of Erasto from your ancestor, Menehimes.
And he's like awake now. like if you get splashed with water when you're drunk and you suddenly feel sober.
I can't imagine what kind of an ask this is for you, and I know I'm no one to ask it of you, as I'm not a citizen of Otari. We have Tulak looking for Zarmavdin's threshold of knowledge, and we are going to find the cooperative blade. But you can see, due to the timing of the theft, we thought that this was more than a little urgent.
He sort of hard swallows nods his head, kind of staring at nothing. I didn't think these items would ever be more than culturally, historically significant. You're telling me they have an important power related to the gauntlet, to your mission.
To the best of our knowledge, yes.
Right. Well, you might as well come with me. And he opens the door into his home beyond the foyer and takes you to a side entrance to the Otari Museum, which is within his home, and walks you through a series of displays and plaques and scrolls that actually explain the whole history of Otari to the point at which I'm really thrilled to tell you, because you never bothered to come here before, would have negated all of your research efforts into the history of the town of Otari. You would have learned the whole history here, but you didn't. Instead, you learned it the hard way, and he brings you to a display with the Hunter's Brooch, as it is called, and unlocks the key from his pocket, even from his robe pocket, the case, and pulls out this beautiful, absolutely beautiful silver religious symbol to Erastil, Old Deadeye, as is also known, as they are also known. As I believe Erastil is a duality god.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they are fluid.
Yeah, and picks it up and really just holds it dearly and with care and gazes at it, and then turns and hands it to you, Lady Gilda. It is one of my dearest possessions, and I keep it protected here, but I don't believe it truly to be mine. It belongs to the town and to its history. I would say that it would be noble to put it to a use that saves this town and its history. I'm trusting you, my lady. Kraka, you as well. Sage Tulak, of course. I hope it's returned one day, but if its destruction is needed to stop this, I will begrudgingly accept that.
And Gilda drops to one knee after pinning the brooch on her, the leather she wears below her plate mail. She puts one unsteady hand on the golden epaulets. I give you my word, as a golden legionnaire, that I'll do everything in my power to ensure this brooch returns to you, Mayor Menhimes. Their sacrifice has been noted, and it is appreciated that you believe in us this strongly.
Kraka will look him straight in the eye and say,
"Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You have my undying vote."
He just turns and goes, "Are you even a citizen?"
I'm not registered.
Is that even Talden?
Are you on the
He's
gerrymandering
gerrymandering?
register? What I mean is, thank you, of course.
Gilda reaches a hand up to Kraka to get him to help her up back to her feet, because I'm not 100% sure at this point she could do it by herself.
yeah, he'll just hook an arm under her shoulder, kind of crouching down just a little bit and help her along.
Yeah. She's been up since 7 a.m, and now she has COVID.
Well, Lady Gilda now has in her possession the Hunter's Brooch, which is pretty friggin' awesome.
I was 100% sure you were going to say hero point.
But
this is a dope brooch.
While wearing it, you can cast the Disrupt Undead cantrip as an innate divine spell, just automatically, which is awesome. And as a 3-action command and interact, which is a big cost, and once per day, you can touch a weapon you wield to the symbol, uttering a plea for a rascal's steadying hand. You grant the weapon the deadly D12 trait, which is awesome. So when you crit, you get an extra D12 damage. If it's against undead, the weapon instead gains the fatal D12 trait. So fatal means all of your damage die turns to D12 if it isn't already.
Whoa.
The blessing lasts for only a minute, or until you score a critical hit, or unless you're not wielding the weapon anymore. So there is a lot of caveats here. The downside to this is Lady Gilda's fist and hand wraps of mighty blows do not count as weapons.
Ooh.
And Kraka already does D12s, so there is that too. It's not purely meant for your party build right now, but it is stupidly good. It's an incredible item. So it's in Lady Gilda's possession for now, but how that
is that just because of the way that the hand wraps of mighty blows are like labeled?
Yeah, Lady Gilda does unarmed strikes with her fist specifically, and they are not considered weapon attacks. And the hand wraps of mighty blows are worn items. They're not held weapons. So yeah, as a technicality, they do not count.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. But should for some reason she wants to wield a retribution axe again or something like that, or like pick something else up, it would be a huge bonus to that if you happen to score a critical. It's a flexibility and a versatility item for this group, but a very powerful one ultimately.
Time to get her a magical fist pack, I guess.
So that's in your inventory, Lady Gilda.
Okay. I'm going to be shield bashing way more than I used to be. I can tell you
that. There you go. And as you receive this brooch, and Menhimes accepts your, what you're willing to do, and your promises and such, there's a little head that pokes into one of the doors of a teenage girl. It's Menhimes' daughter, and she just says, "Is everything okay, Father?" He's like, "Oh yes, Doriana, it's fine. Go back to bed now." "Are you sure, Father? I was having a dream. Everything wasn't fine." "Doriana, we've talked about this. Just off to bed with you. These are friends of the town, the heroes of the night, as you remember." "Oh, yeah. And she suddenly sees you for the first time. Okay, good night, Father." And she ducks her head away. And Menhimes kind of turns around and looks at you with a bit of a troubled look. But he shakes it off and smiles. He's like, "Teenagers."
Do we recognize that voice at all?
No. Okay. Never heard it. Never met her. He's just like, teenagers.
Okay.
There's all sorts of things going on with them. Never really quite understood it myself. She's my oldest, And he walks you to the front door with thanks and a look of worry for his artifact, his treasure possession, but with confidence in your mission.
He just handed it to somebody who promised to protect it, but needs this giant orc's help to get it out of the front gate.
No strength to push it. And we'll move back to Odd Stories, where Morlabent has shown this book to Tulok, and it's a pretty incredible spell book. You could tell that it once was a very straightforward treatise on like arcane and occult lore. It contains several useful spells, but you're not a wizard, so they don't do much for you. But there's a big list of spells in here that go up to level 4, and you can see that the original text is heavily annotated, and it's clear that Zarmavdian wanted to prevent eldritch creatures from manipulating innocent minds. Like there's an obsession through the book in this like particular theme and goal. And so it's like a treasure trove of for those seeking dangerous and inscrutable lore, as it says. And so this actually unlocks a archetype called Eldritch Researcher, should you continue studying it.
What does that mean?
It's literally an
that
archetype.
Means you can take an Eldritch Researcher dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just something that isn't offered as a dip until you take a look at it.
This is one of several archetypes I told you guys not to pick at the beginning of our adventure, and this one is now unlocked to you.
This is actually a really dope archetype, and I think Tulok could have some fun with a dip in here.
Tulok's already dipped in this direction.
Yeah.
So it's worth looking at. It would take, you're not going to be able to acquire the first level of that for maybe a bit, but it is something that you would, perhaps continue reading and researching, and we can come back to later. But as Morlibin hands this book to you, which I will put in your inventory right now, Tulok, Thresholds of Knowledge.
Yeah, and Tulok was considering, because he knows how much this means to Morlibin, he was thinking about just trading him one of his books from Volok, like potentially What the Worm Knows, and just being like, here, why don't you hold this while I take yours? You can study it, see if you can find anything in the passages that I have not managed to muster. Anything that could give us an edge against these creatures. And I will take it back when I give you yours.
A fine pawn, Master Tulok. I appreciate your appreciation for the value of this book. And I appreciate the value of yours in turn. I will do my part. Thank you. I do hope we swap these back.
Please be careful with the knowledge you find within them.
Yes, of course. Of course. Always care with knowledge. Especially knowledge of the unknown.
And then with that, Tulok bows his head. Thank you, Morlibin.
You just hear like
apologize to Kevin for me for the interruption.
You hear from the floor above from Kevin.
Oh yes, I must head back to bed. Thank you, Tulok.
And he bows his head again and lets himself out silently.
With the assumption that you have a meeting spot planned after your errands, you probably meet along the Roseguard Road that splits the center of Otari.
Yeah, and we'd walk back to the market together, I think, because Gilda absolutely needs to sleep at this point to try and get rid of the sickened condition.
Yeah.
I guess Krucka doesn't have a place in town, so we could buy him a room out of the coffers.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
But Gilda fills in Tulok that they have the brooch, and I imagine Tulok fills in Gilda and Krucka that he got the sweet tome.
That is correct.
I was expecting a little bit of pushback on one of those three.
Yeah, well, there can only be one true MacGuffin. Did you want this brooch, Duncan? Do you think you would get some value out of it? The specifically the 3 action.
I suppose I could. I mean, if it's not going to help you,
I'll hold on to it for now, and we can always pass it off. But yeah, my shield bash is technically a martial weapon. Yeah, so my sturdy shield counts as a martial weapon, so I should be able to use it for that. I could also use it on the Ghost Touch whip, which could be pretty interesting. +1 Ghost Touch and D12 damage. But okay, so I'll keep the Hunter's Brooch for now. We'll get Krucka a room at the fishery and just go to sleep for the night, I guess.
Yeah, that being said, that's the thing that's worth most mentioning is that your current setup doesn't take full advantage of it. But if you need to switch weapons, which Krucka recently did, he used the silvered hand axe or whatever it was, like that brooch. It's really its big effectiveness is on a crit, but it's a big effect, right? So it's in that situation where you need to switch weapons, and that's not your sort of main shtick. Now you can make your not main shtick even better, possibly, right?
Yeah, because my shield bash is a D4, and I think it's the same for the ghost touch whip. Yeah. Okay. So I'll hold on to it for now, and we'll rest, I guess.
Go for the old rest, eh?
Yep. Try and get rid of the second condition.
I'd like some spells back.
Let's talk about treat disease. It's going to take 8 hours.
Yeah, I can't do it on myself.
I mean, I feel like you could technically, but it would take that much longer. Kind of.
Well, it's 8 hours carrying, so I'd have to rest for 8 hours and then spend another 8 hours treating my own disease.
Or like the other way around. I think, in fact. But
well, if she doesn't rest, she's going to get the exhausted condition.
Right. I think Krucka can do this. For you,
Krucka could with his nature. But what? So would Krucka have to do that for 8 hours?
Yeah, you'd have to spend 8 hours, treating disease.
Okay, because it's still need,
and it's only a +2. So
yeah, if you succeed, it's a +2 to the saving throw. If you critically succeed, it's a +4.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do your nature check for this, and then we'll see. I'm not gonna worry too much about fatigue bullshit right now.
Okay.
Okay. We could also just rest the night. I could try the save, and if I fail, then we could do it again with the treat disease.
Well, we can do the treat disease, and then if we fail...
Well, I mean, that would not necessarily be in line with Lady Gilda's concern about time constraints, right?
Yeah, true.
I'm actually less concerned about it now that we have 3 of the 4 MacGuffins.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have the easiest 3 to get.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean... what kind of timeline are we on? We know that the thing recharges once every fortnight, and it's only been at most, even with our bad timekeeping, 5 days. So we have a little bit of time here. I think I'm prepared to be corrected if you guys remember more than I do.
I'm trying to remember if I revealed the frequency of Gauntlet.
You did, yeah. It's in my notes.
I did. Okay. Well, in that case, it's actually a month, not a fortnight.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay.
So it's a pretty solid amount of time. You don't necessarily want to waste it, but it's
Yeah, as long as the sword's not going to move from that cave, then we might as well take a few hours.
Yeah. You revealed it in episode 46.
Okay. I thought I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Once per month, you can do the Otari shit. Are my exact notes.
Yeah. I mean, so do you want to crack out a treat disease? You want to just rest now? Everyone rest now, and you're gonna tough it out and see what happens.
I can't make that decision for him.
He'll just treat disease because he knows he can. But he doesn't know how I roll on these kind of things. 26.
Ooh, that's pretty all right. That'll give you a +2. That's a success.
And I rolled a 25 for a 27.
That was a 25 is a meat to beat, actually. Let me just double check the disease here real quick. You reduce by 1 stage because you critically failed. You were in stage 2, so you are now in stage 1. You feel the fever breaking. You don't feel recovered yet.
So I'm still second?
No. The second condition wears off, but you still have some recovery to do. You're going to need at least another save.
Okay, so Gilda will explain this to Tulak and Krucka over a very, very light breakfast of bouillabaisse, I'm sure.
She was going to eat fish chowder. How weak was the stomach?
Yeah.
And she's settling for bouillabaisse.
Yeah. Well, it's Tamley's bouillabaisse. It's not Yin Yasmara's chowder.
Let me roll for Tamley's bouillabaisse. 45. It's okay. It's okay at best.
So what she will propose to the group is that they track down, while she spends the day kind of resting and taking it easy, that they track down Rajani and Lardis and see if there have been any leads, because we have this could be a red herring for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we should go to Rin and see if she can read the stars and point us in a direction.
Okay.
But
probably should have done that last night.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, we got it. Like we nailed it. We went to the 3 places we needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 places.
Well, I just meant because now we got to
read the stars. You got to read the stars at night. That's the problem. Yeah.
Oh well, I got to roll another save after a long rest anyway. So
you got to stay.
We might as well just take the whole day. And
Okay.
Tulok can pick up his +1 armor finally.
I don't know if it's ready yet.
It should be.
It is actually. I meant to mention this last
3
episode
days.
when we're talking about the calendar. I have a random note in it that says Tulok's armor will be ready.
Oh.
So I think it is. I don't remember
Yeah, because
putting
we
it
rested
there.
once in the gauntlet, and then we rested once
Oh,
here.
God.
So that would be 2 nights, 3 days.
I actually
Perfect.
forgot you even did it. So what is the armor that you got? I don't remember.
It's
+1
+1 explorer's clothing with the slick rune.
Oh, the slick rune. Okay. I would just like to point out for you, Tulok, you no longer need to cast mage armor
Why?
because it grants an item bonus. And now your new explorer's clothes grant a +1 item bonus. They don't stack.
So the original explorer's clothes added no AC bonus?
No.
No, explorer's clothes don't add anything.
Oh, okay.
You're just wearing clothes. But explorer's clothes
Yeah.
are allowed to have runes attached to them. That's the thing. So
Oh, okay.
this saves you a spell slot, but kind of wastes the fact that you know the shield spell, which you can, upon next level up, change out if you want.
But I can't because I already am changing out other stuff.
At the very least, it saves you a spell slot. At the very least.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Is mage armor self only?
And he casts it every day, always. So he's always
Gotcha.
down 1 first level spell,
Well, just because you know it doesn't mean you have to use it.
but he always does.
Yeah, no, it's true.
All right, so are you gonna rest throughout the day and go for another attempt on this save then?
I think she's probably because she's not mechanically sickened. I think she's okay to aid Tulok and Kruka in their search. We should go talk to Lardis and or Gerald first to see if they found Carmen and what the deal was there, and we can at least do that. I think.
So, but how long after you're saved do you do this? I'm wondering now. Do you go do things?
I imagine
you
the
meet
save
up?
was in the morning, and then we do a couple of things. We get Tulok's armor. I guess we get any other gear we think we need in town, like potions or a wand or what have you. I don't know what anything costs anymore, and we don't have that much gold, and we don't have much to sell as far as I know, unless we want to sell this hunter's brooch.
Which reminds me,
Yeah,
did you guys ever?
Get rid of it.
I actually can't remember how many of those books you turned into Morlament for money. How many do you have in your
I mean,
stash?
Scott's been pretty good about removing them from his
Okay.
loot.
We
so-
don't have any now.
Okay, all right. We must
Yeah.
have done it at some point. I just forgot. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were back the day before yesterday.
Okay. Damn, it's so hard playing in and out of game time. I have so much for my brain. Okay.
Well, I know because we only rested one night in the gauntlet
Mm.
to get rid of the whatever condition Gilda and Kruka had after that meteor room.
Right. Oh, right.
But
Yeah. The enfeebled or whatever. No, the drained.
Enfeebled. Drained, yeah.
Drained. Yeah.
So we rested once the gauntlet, and before that we were back here because we did the tunnels. I think we blew a hole in Tamley's cellar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Making friends.
So, so how long do you feel like? Again, asking the same question. How long do you spend running errands and doing things after?
Let's call it early afternoon, so we can just get whatever we want from town, and we can just do any shopping we want to do off air.
Okay. Roll me a fortitude save.
Natural 20 for a 32.
Oh,
You are fully recovered.
Perfect.
You feel at some point you walk by a vendor that has this deliciously sweet smelling coffee, and you can't help but stop in and buy one, and it costs you more than usual. Let's call it a gold. Take a gold out of your pocket.
I don't have any money, but I'll
take a copper out of your pocket. And
no, I mean, like, Gilda has no money.
And actually, you walk into the vendor, and the vendor sees your slightly ill stance. He goes, "It's on the house," and gives you this incredibly wonderful cup of coffee. And you could just
a
feel
single tear rolls from Tulok's eye.
You can feel the final bit of that fever wash away as you give it good, delicious sip.
Is this the guy who took over Samal's old stand?
Oh God! Don't make me say that.
Son of a bitch!
I feel bad enough.
What?
Yeah. Oh, found these in the back. We see some great beans. I don't know where they're from. Oh, give it a try.
If I remember correctly, Samal's favorite brew was from Andor, so this would even taste like home for Gilda.
Yeah, there you go. It's a nostalgic brew, and you just you break away. You break away from the illness. And you head where next?
I guess to talk to Lardis.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you guys want to try and track down Rajani on our own.
Yeah, if he's already done it, might as well find out.
It doesn't seem wise to get in the middle of an ongoing investigation.
Let's see what he has to say, and then if we don't find any good information, like, go follow the map to Yin Yasmira's cave.
Yep.
All right, so you head to the garrison, the Otari garrison.
Yep.
All right. You head over there, and walking into the front entrance, you see Gerald scribbling some notes at the front desk.
Is that Gerald's twin brother?
I realize almost like very delayed that I said Gerald.
He's like, well, hello.
Well, hello there.
I switched to a hard G.
But it's spelled with a J.
What a fucking slip of the tongue there. No, Gerald is scribbling some notes and writing out some reports. And he's like, "Oh, hello there, sirs. Is there something I can help you with there, my lady? Master Tudlock. Krucka, that's your name, right?"
Yes, Geralt.
Oh, that's pronounced Gerald. Thank you.
Oh, a soft G. Thank you.
I appreciate it if you call me Lieutenant. Thank you.
Lieutenant, we were just coming to inquire if there's any news on the robbery of the Rajani artifact.
Oh, Captain Longsaddle is sort of waved his hand on it here. It's kind of on my plate, but I don't have much to go on. We went down to the old Blades for Glades there, but his Carmen Rajani's apprentices, so they haven't seen him for some time. So he's still our prime suspect, but if he's fled town, it's sort of quickly becomes out of our jurisdiction, to be honest. We sent out some couriers to check on the farmers out north and east, but we haven't heard word yet.
When was the last time he was seen, Gerald?
I mean, sometime yesterday, as far as we could tell. He was at work all day, and when he finished up, went out for a drink or some such. But there was we got a few reports there that he was a little bit frustrated and upset, but no one thought he was going to do nothing. It wasn't too far of the ordinary.
And no one knows what direction he left when he left this bar.
No, there doesn't seem to be anyone coming forward.
Why would he need to steal something that belonged to his family?
Oh, well, that's sort of the thing, right? Manhimes has insisted for a long time that these artifacts belong to the town, not to the person. Of course, he has the luxury of holding his own family heirloom in the museum, which Rajani has liked to bring up many a time. But also his heirloom was safely kept in the Dawnflower Library. I'm not sure why he protests so much. But at the end of the day, well, Seems maybe it was too much for him.
And if he bothered to look at all, he could see the brooch pinned to like the collar of Gilda's leather below her plate mail.
I don't know what much else to do here, but odd stories held on to an artifact. Maybe it's not well known, but but those who keep tabs, we all sort of had an understanding. It was just Carmen who never really seemed to understand.
Sense motive.
Okay, sure.
Why would he know that Morlabent held on to the book?
I mean, that's probably just common knowledge, perception.
Right? It could be, but like he knows that offhand, and he's drawn this correlation immediately. And I don't know if that's Freeman's role playing or if he's actually the big bad evil guy anymore.
17. Yeah. You have no reason to doubt Gerald in this. Gerald is like despite the voice I give him, gives you the perception that like he's drawing these lines as he says them. So he's not like, say, I know this for a fact, but it's like it makes sense to me. So you believe he believes what he's saying.
Right. He's gonna multi-class into investigator. Got it.
That promotion though, eh?
Yeah, gone straight to his head. He now has to be referred to as Lieutenant Geralt.
He's just wearing plain clothes.
Yeah. So do we want to go talk to Rin and see if she can read the stars, or do we want to make haste for this cave? Because I guess it's like mid-afternoon.
It's midday at most. You can't read the stars right now.
Cave.
Okay. Let's. I mean, Gilda's feeling strong. She ready to punch. Let's make
stars went home. Yeah.
You head
the cave story
out. It takes you a few hours. You head towards this vaguely marked cave on a piece of paper by Yin Yasmara. And as soon as you approach this like sort of copse of trees that seems to hide where it's at, you pass through it and it's cleverly hidden. And the first thing you see is a few logs and an old fire pit that sort of seems to be unused for a long time, but there is a very obvious and deliberate cave just behind it. This place is used frequently enough, but not so frequently that you think someone's used this fire pit outside recently.
So this is where Carmen is training his army for the coup, I guess. Guild is going to light up the Wayfarer compass and take the defend action as she steps up to the entrance as quietly as she can.
Tulak avoids notice and follows.
Crick is scouting.
And you step into and towards a cave that veers to the left a bit. And you can see almost immediately as you enter in some rotted crepes. Sorry.
Just moldy pancakes.
Oh, God. I'm working at a French restaurant. Some rotted crepes. Forgotten clothes. Other bits of debris that suggest the cave is occasionally used, but certainly rarely cleaned. And there is a cold campfire that is surrounded by logs that sits in the cave's center. A faint smell of mildew and smoke hangs in the air. But you can see one Carmen Rajani standing next to the fire, with the old fire, staring at its smoldering coals. He turns with a nice long sword in hand and several light hammers around his belt, a sort of lost and angry look on his face. He sees you and he shakes his head as if he expected it. And he says, It's mine, I tell you. The sword is mine. How can I steal something that already belongs to me? It belonged to Vol Rajani himself, and I'm the only surviving descendant. The uptight mayor says the sword belongs to his family just because a pack of kobolds had their hands on it for a while. And his ancestors snatched it from them. Right. He says it's an heirloom. An heirloom, and he's right. It's my heirloom. Belongs to him. Belongs to the town, my arse. I tried to buy it off him. Every time I saved enough coin, he raised the price 50 gold, then 100, then 200. Then he said it wasn't for sale. I had no choice but to take it. If I'm going to make my mark in Otori, well, this is it. This belongs to the Rajani family. It belongs to me!
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greg Hood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.